Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Movie Man Beyond. Today we're going to be looking at my top 10 picks of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Just with seeing the new Doctor Strange recently, I've had time to think about it and see where my top 10 would lay. So yeah, let's do this. So first off, I'm not going to pull over they're all in box sets, so I thought to show you them. I'll just stick a poster here or whatever. So coming in at number 10 is Thor Ragnarok. The reason I picked this Thor out of any of the Thor films, I think it sort of was a turning point for the character. The last two films, he didn't really seem to be Chris Hemsworth didn't seem to be enjoying himself in the role, and people don't really like the Dark World. I don't mind the Dark World, but it had sort of, it was like, where do you go from here with Thor? So it was quite good to see, like, Loki returning and the more comedy element of it. Not that I want Thor to be hokey, which he's not, which is why I don't get why Marvel keep downplaying him. He's a god, but I'm looking forward to the new one, but I'm not overly enthusiastic about it, mainly so because it's gonna lean more into the comedy element. But yes, I find it's really colourful, it's enjoyable, it's got the Hulk in it as well, and you've got that dynamic, and I just think it's a really good movie. And you actually see Thor becoming Thor, like the whole god and the lightning and stuff like that, but then it never really dwells upon it in the movies after that. It might do in the new one, but yours seems underpowered to me. Next up, coming in at number 9 is Iron Man, the one that started it all. I can't picture anyone else as Iron Man other than Robert Downey Jr. It was a role that he was born to play. To think how far they'd come with all those movies and all those years later. I just think it's a great origin story. It brought a lot of attention to the character of Iron Man. I know he was more of Marvel's B list of characters as opposed to Captain America, Hulk, stuff like that. So it was good to see him get on the big screen. I know Tom Cruise was sort of tailored for the role, but it worked out in the end. It's got the perfect mix of comedy, action, drama. Stakes are high, and it's, the soundtrack's cool. But it's still, for me, the best pick out of the Iron Man films. Coming in at number 8 is the Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, it's quite refreshing to see a group that, casual fans wouldn't have recognised. I mean, to be honest, I'm not going to say, oh yes, I knew who the Guardians of the Galaxy were. I don't. I just literally, as soon as it was announced, I did a bit of research on them, and alright, so it's a gang of, like, people in space and the mixture of odd sorts. It made us a bit of Star Wars, but to be honest, it was actually very, very surprising. When the first trailer dropped out, I was very surprised, like a lot of people. A good mixture of comedy, sci-fi. That everyone works well as a team. The bounce off each other, the chemistry is there, and it's just a fun ride. I mean, I'd really do like Guardians 2 as well, especially with Kurt Russell and Michael Rooker send off. But it just goes to show when Marvel were at their peak, which I think they were then, they could just tap into different things and make it just seemed everything worked for them, and when you have a property that really it's not really popular, then they become like next level. Now, you'd be hard to find anyone that doesn't know who Star-Lord is, Drax. I mean, Groot. I mean, Groot at one point was like the Yoda of Marvel. So yes, tremendous stuff. Next up, at number 7 is Captain America: Civil War. Reason I have that here is down to the fact that you were starting to see the cracks in the Avengers. It's basically an Avengers film, but they're trying to make a Captain America film with Iron Man. But you were seeing the cracks before Infinity War, and it was like the dynamics you were introducing Black Panther, and you were seeing which side of the coin did it on. I mean, at some points it was pretty like serious. I mean, I was having discussions with my friends, and it was which team are you on? That was Team Cap, and a lot of people were Team Iron Man, which I can understand both points of view, but it just had that dynamic. Russo Bros again. I think they were working well again at that point. They got the characters, the new action, how to drive the story on. The stakes were very high, and at the end you were kind of like, fuck, where do we go from here, sort of thing. Like the massive splits in between the groups and stuff. So yeah, once again, tremendous. Number 6 is Spider-Man No Way Home. Now, I think they were okay. The MCU visions of the Spider-Man Marvel universe, but not a patch on Tobey Maguire's or Andrew Garfield's. I would say not so much the second one. Yes, I think this is more higher on my list and more popular because it's of nostalgia with Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield returning, as well as Willem Dafoe, Alfred Molina, Jamie Foxx, reach the fans, and just bringing all these characters together in this big melting pot, and it's got Doctor Strange in it, and I just feel it felt fluid, it felt more natural, it felt Spider-Man, and I think it helped bring the older cast in to sort of give it that lift, because otherwise I don't feel it would have went as well as it did, or as popular as well as it was. And I just think it ended nice, and it was a nice send off to go into the next part of the Spider-Man movies, which will no doubt happen, where he's a bit more mature and he'll not have this tech. He'll be street level Spider-Man, which is what I like. So yes, that was tremendous again. Now number 5, probably a bit put people off. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and the reason I say this is because it's different and it leans into a bit more what I like. I do like the first Doctor Strange, but this leans into more sort of it's not, because people are saying it's horror and it's scary. I mean, for a kid maybe, but for me, when I went into it, it's dabbling in like the dark arts. It's magic, demons, monsters. You've got Sam Raimi at the helm. It's got that Evil Dead feel. You've got the camera work. You've got the way the characters are walking, if they're like a zombie or like they've got that aspect to them. Doctor Strange fighting monsters in New York, massive Shomagoraph and stuff like that, and it's head trip bouncing around, and just I love that aspect of casting spells and just being able to make stuff out of nothing. And he essentially is like the new Tony Stark of this. And well, I don't know if they're ever going to do a new Avengers or whatever they're leaning towards, but he's definitely got to be the leader. But it had a lot of stuff that I like horror movies and the aspects of darkness and demons and books of the dead and that type of thing, and it was quite refreshing. It was a different change to anything that it came before it. And I'm all for that stuff as well. So that's like John Constantine, that kind of thing. But I'd love to see a proper John Constantine movie. But anyways, that's another day. Number 4 is the Avengers, their first one. I think in the build up to the Avengers, what was it, 7 movies to get to there. It was great. Like you see, I think it was 4 years, yes, in the making, came out 2012, and it was just the payoff. Seeing them all together for the first time, and it was great. Like that scene in on the outside of Grand Central, and it does the panning camera shot where you see all the Avengers and Thor spinning his hand on camera. It's got his shield, and the music plays. The Avengers theme. I think it's just tremendous. Could never get sick of that scene. Absolutely. I mean, I saw it at the cinema twice, and even the second time I knew it was coming, just the smile beam. The smile still beams now if I catch it, if I watch it again, and it's just great. It's that feel good moment of us 6 are gonna band together and just beat the crap out of this army and Loki. It was just joyous. It was really one of those cinema moments, or movie moments as well in general, where it was fantastic to see. So yes, really love that. Number 3 is the Winter Soldier, Captain America and the Winter Soldier. I think this is a brilliant thriller. I forget that it's a comic book movie. I just think it's really, really well written. I think the thriller aspect of it, it's well paced, action, set pieces. It's written. I think it's tremendous. The score. That's what I'm meant to say. The score on these films, the soundtracks, they're really spot on. Winter Soldier, though, I think is really a standout amongst them as a film, regardless of a comic book movie. It just has that ingredient where you could sit someone down and go, look, regardless of it's a Captain America movie, just watch it. And it's about the government watching you, spying on you still, and corruption, and thinking you're standing for one thing and it's actually being something else your whole life. It's quite honestly, I think it is a very good movie, regardless of the comic book movie. So that's why it's in my top 3. Number 2 is Avengers Infinity War. The films were sort of leading to this big battle with Thanos, and as we were seeing through the movies, Thanos was trying to get these hands on the Infinity Stones to then have the gauntlet. And we're getting there. I was like, okay, film opens up with a bang, and Hulk's telling Doctor Strange Thanos is coming. So what do you do when this big bad guy's gonna turn up? You band together, but some of them are in a ship in the middle of the galaxy somewhere. Others are spread out across the planet. And then the film ends and Thanos wins, and you're like, Jesus. And then it just ends on a cliffhanger. Like, the heroes didn't win. Thanos got his wish, and some high points from them. Well, movie moments is Thor come back with Stormbreaker. Bring me Thanos. That kind of stuff. I love. I could eat up any time of the day. Seeing everyone like coming together and fighting. Iron Man and SpiderMan and Doctor Strange, their little gang together. Then the Doctor Strange battle with Thanos, and they're trying to get the glove off and being so close. I just think stuff like that was really, really well done, and you was dying for, like, it was a year late, and you had to wait for Endgame, and you couldn't wait to see what happened. So that leads me to number 1 pick, which I don't know if it would surprise a lot of people, is Avengers Endgame. If they ended it at Endgame, didn't make any more, that would suit me down to the ground. I thought Endgame was perfect for this whole build up of, was it 18, 20 movies? To finally, get everyone together, have that huge battle, everyone together fighting, and you know, the loss of Iron Man at the end, which does make sense since Robert Downey Jr. started. Iron Man, Captain America getting old and living with Peggy, which is what he always wanted, and then Thor going on a new adventures. But that one of the best things ever is in being in the cinema. I think it was the first day it came out, and obviously there's no spoilers. I stayed away from everything, and when Captain America's standing there by himself and he's all bloodied and beaten, and then he hears over the intercom the Falcon, and he's on your left, and then all them portals start opening, and then everyone just starts coming through. I mean, I'm getting goosebumps now. I don't know if you can see, but probably not. Slightly, yeah. Goosebumps talking about it, and then when they all come through, and then you got Thor, Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk, Ant-Man, Guardians of the Galaxy, Doctor Strange, everyone just there ready to fight Thanos. And Thanos has been smug when he's got all his army behind him, and it's Captain America by himself, and then they just rush him, and it's like, Avengers assemble, and then and the music just kicks in, the Avengers theme. Even before that, scene, even before that, seeing Captain America with Mjolnir, where he's just smashing the hell out of Thanos and electrocuting him and hitting him, and Thor's like, I knew, and it always was the case. Just fan service, just shovels of it, just shoveling it in. I was just in my absolute element, and I don't apologise for that. I will never apologise for that, because that's what it's all about for me, really. You know, I don't know if we'll ever get that for the Marvel films anymore. I think they've run off the boil a bit, to be honest. They've lost the spark, I think. They're now grabbing what I call part-time players like Shang-Chi, Captain Marvel, the Eternals. Out of all the newest releases, I mean, Doctor Strange is the only one that could stand there and be head and shoulders above them, as opposed to Spider-Man. But I don't know where they're gonna go. Like, I've looked at the release list of what's coming up, and Blade's still TBC, but we know that's gonna be a 12. I don't know where they're going with the big culmination film that they've usually been building up towards. It'll be 4 years next year, so since Avengers, and usually they pop one out every 4 years. I mean, Fantastic Four, is this going to be the third attempt at a Fantastic Four film? I don't know. I want to see a new X-Men, I want to see Fantastic Four, I want to see Ghost Rider, I want to see Secret Wars, something like that. I want to see Galactus, Silver Surfer, that type of thing. That's where I want to go towards. The ones that they've got now are not really catching my eye, but once again, MCU films, like you say, the people like them or people don't, but there's not really a bad one amongst them out of the phase 1 to 3, I wouldn't say. But no, definitely, just love them. There's loads I could say more about them though, but yeah, I'd just be here forever. So, like I say, yes, guys, thanks for watching. I'm gonna do more videos like this in franchises and tell you why my favourites. I was meant to do that with Stephen King, but I had a technical accident, unfortunately. So I might go back to that though and get on it. So, okay, guys, thanks for watching. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.